So in 2011, May 22nd, 2011, there was a tornado, devastated Joplin.
Up to 200-mile-an-hour winds ripping a 4-mile path, destroying 75% of Joplin, Missouri.
Take cover.
Of Joplin, Missouri in just 10 minutes. Leaving miles of brick and wood where there were once homes, cars driven apart.
I caught myself before.
You ready?
Okay, let's go.
I'm Jennifer Little. I'm the Senior Director of Human Resources and Ministry.
Oscar Antione. I'm currently the Vice President of New Business and Development.
My name is Damon Schuber, co-founder of Schuber Mitchell Homes.
Stephen Jennings, and I am the construction manager for the Tulsa market.
I'm Joe Harris, and I'm CEO of Schuber Mitchell Homes.
So my name's Adam Scudi, and I'm a service manager in Northwest Arkansas.
All right, so from the very beginning.
So we started in June of 2011, coming up on 14 years.
I was working at a Fortune 500 company doing business development for about $2 billion in revenue. And then simultaneously, my wife and I had started Harris Homes. And so I wanted to grow that business, and I kept running into these Schuber Mitchell guys. I called Damon, we dated for probably a year and a half. Eventually, we just said, what if we joined forces?
God in his divine power crossed our paths with Schuber Mitchell's first employee ever. We sat down, spontaneously shared dinner with perfect strangers and became instant friends. And that was kind of the beginning of that journey.
Damon came to me and said, hey, we're starting a home building company and you do great work. What do you think about coming on the team? You know, and I'm just kind of like rolling my eyes. I'm like, you guys have built 5 homes. I have 9 employees. You have 0. You don't know anything about home building and you want me to come to work for you. Like, come on, man. But then all of a sudden they shared the main goal. We want to build a marketplace ministry. And when they said that to me, I knew I was in trouble.
First and foremost, to honor God with the resources that he's entrusted us with. The second thing is we're here to enrich the lives of others, which means we're going to serve others through this place of business that God has entrusted us with. And the third element of our vision is to make home ownership attainable for as many families as we can come in contact with.
I, like a lot of us when we're young and ambitious, just want to accomplish a lot and just take the world by storm. We have a lot of desires and things we want to get done and mountains we want to take. At the time I was selling cars at a Toyota dealership and I did not like that. And when my friend said, hey, you want to build skate parks with me? I was like, yeah, let's do that. We started building skate parks and we started having some success.
We were doing well, I guess in the eyes of the world. We are Christian business owners.
On our website, we had ramps about us and a big tag that said Jesus. Give your life to Jesus, you know, you skaters. We were Christians that owned a business. Paid our taxes, debits on the left, credits on the right, and we tried to just grow the business. Not until I met Rick.
They're effective, beautiful homes, the way we built them, all these.
One, I've always loved real estate. I love to talk to Rick about that. And at the same time as he was talking about business, he would also talk about the kingdom integrated in his business and what that looked like. The kingdom was baked into the DNA in not a forced way. It was just a really natural way that was just lived out.
This morning, the aftermath. The storm destroyed more than 2,000 buildings in this city, leaving miles of brick and wood where there were once homes.
It was probably a couple weeks after the tornado that I think the Lord put on my heart to call Rick. You should come up to Joplin. I think you guys should think about building some homes in Joplin.
Well, I remember engaging with Dan and Damon, and we all caught a vision from them to rebuild Joplin, right? Then it was a matter of how. I feel like we should help. So what should we do, Lord? What is outcome of this? And I just got quiet and set that down, and the Lord clearly said to me, "Oh, I thought this was my business, Rick. Well, then give everything I've freely given to you to my servants."
Me and Dan are on the phone, have it on speakerphone. We're gonna fund the first 10 homes for you. I was like, well, what kind of interest rate are you thinking about? He's like, well, no interest on that. He's like, we're just gonna give you the company. We're gonna give you everything we know, and you guys can we'll just support you in building homes.
Our founding started with generosity.
Really, the biggest gift in all that was not the home building company. It was not that. It was just the example of obedience. One of the very first things Rick said to me was, Schuber, don't focus on building good homes. He said, build good people, and good people will build good homes.
You know, I had worked my entire life understanding what makes companies work.
It's so counterintuitive because, when you're running a business, you're like, I got a product, I got strategy, I've got to buy and sell and, do all these things to be relevant in the marketplace.
We want to build houses and we want to make a profit and we want to bring home ownership and make it attainable for everybody. And we want it to be special. We want them to love their communities that they're part of. And we want Jesus to be known.
What does it look like to live a life for the Lord? Am I being called to be a pastor? No. Am I being called to be a worship leader? No.
We're not all called to go to international missions. We're not all asked to stand up on a Sunday and lead songs or to preach a sermon. We are all called to make a difference in the relationships that we have in our immediate surroundings, but it opened up this whole new world of caring for people as people.
The culture at Schuber Mitchell is very unique.
So there's the practical ways that people could take and 1, 2, 3, we'll do these things, we'll be a kingdom company. And there's certainly fruit from that. We do ministry meetings, we'll have one today. You'll see people do Bible studies. We open meetings with prayer. So there's these lists of things that are done, which are almost like easier things because they're a checklist. I think the harder things are the things that are not seen. You go have a conversation with somebody that you have hard feelings towards.
Honoring the hard season by just showing up and being present and holding the hand and crying the tears and praying the prayers.
There was a brick mason that was working for us that got arrested. Dan Mitchell came up and he was like, hey, I heard about so-and-so. What are you going to do about that? I don't think that he should work for us anymore. And Dan was like, you have a company credit card, right? I said, yeah. He goes, can you take him out to lunch? I was like, what? We gotta love people, and we gotta love them well. Whenever they're at their worst, that's when we need to step in.
Genuinely caring about people and their families.
None of the builders that I work for asked me about my family.
How's home? Is home healthy? Are you able to show up at home and be a great dad or mom, brother or sister? What do those relationships look like outside of the work environment that we really take advantage of pouring into in whole health, not just production and capability and meeting business objectives?
The relational capital that is gained through the time spent, and that's why one-on-ones are so important. That's why once a month we have a team lunch. And that's a huge thing because there's no pressure, there's no report due or work that we have to get done. It's simply, let's spend some time together. How's things going? And that's amazing.
Being a kingdom company is not something you experience, it's something you do.
The organization isn't just putting forth words.
It's not just on a wall. It's something that we live out.
This is who we are.
My goodness, you can make such a difference when you're following God's leadership, not just in your personal life, but throughout your entire workday.
Everybody that you come in contact with every single day is the people the Lord's put in your path and the people that you have the opportunity to minister to.
It's just such a cool thing to see that so many people want to work for a purpose.
To be faithful to God where He has us planted today is what He asks for us. When Rick gifted Dan and I this thing, he never set any expectations. I understood in my spirit what the gift was.
I don't know the end of it.
But God does. He knows how this story turns out. He wrote it.
That was one of the greatest blessings of his life.
You know, Schuber Mitchell has given me these brothers and sisters that I will forever have in the Lord.
And I think if we would allow the Lord to let us see the everyday opportunities that we have, to bloom where we're planted and to impact where He's rooted us, it would be less about what He's called us to and more about stepping into the calling that we're rooted in every single day.
Love people well, build good people, Schuber.